Distinguished guests, members of the audience, ladies and gentlemen, 3 years ago, on September 21st, 2015, I launched Mark Travell's book as well, The Prosecution of Anwar Ibrahim Final Play. It wasn't so final after all, at the Royal Selangor Club, Kuala Lumpur. Also hosted by IDE, Institute Darul Ihsan. And today I'm indeed honored again to launch the new book by Mark, Anwar Returns, The Final Twist, The Prosecution and Release of Anwar Ibrahim. Not quite final, I think. Wait until he becomes the Prime Minister, inshallah. Two main differences between then and now is Anwar is now a free man. He was still incarcerated due to trumped-up allegations, charges then when the first book was launched. The other difference is that when I launched the first book, I was the opposition leader, and today I'm launching it as Deputy Prime Minister. I would like to congratulate Mark on his efforts to record the journey of Anwar's judicial proceedings to ensure history is recorded accurately, and that the ordinary Rakyat and international community who have been following this case closely can understand what transpired without being bogged down by legal jargon. It's important also, with the presence of Your Excellency High Commissioner of Australia to Malaysia, that our visa is also taken care of, because Australia didn't allow Anwar to enter Australia the last time because he was convicted the last time. So now, with Your Excellency, your presence, we can amend that. I must also thank Our Majesty the King, Duli Yang Maha Mulia Sri Paduka Baginda Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Muhammad Kelima, for granting Anwar his freedom and a full pardon that expunged all his previous convictions. Distinguished members of the audience, ladies and gentlemen, Mark wrote to you about whatever happened in court. Allow me to share with you what happened outside court with the family. 20 years ago, Anwar was taken and put in jail for 6 years. It was something of a very difficult moment, especially for my youngest daughter, who is here today in the audience. She was 6. She didn't know what happened when men came with masks over their faces and attacked our house, took the father away. She hid under the table, not knowing what's happening. I was too busy with whatever was going on in this situation to really care and talk to her. And of course, I actually neglected her. And she didn't know what happened until we didn't see him for many days. Then she wrote a letter to the then investigating officer. She wrote that, Tuan Musa, now Tan Sri, I miss my dad, Hana, rindu Papa. I have fever, saya, Hana demam, and the sister, she didn't know how to sign it, so this sister put 2 thumbprints left and right. And that actually did it. We got to see Anwar while he was in Bukit Aman. That was Hana, and then she grew up. She has actually qualified, so inshallah, it was something that happened, but it didn't stop us from going on in life. This is important. My second daughter, Nuha, is also here. I have 5 daughters, Liz, as I told you just now. She just came back on the night of the arrest, 20th of September 1998. They just came back from tuition. And when she saw the father, rushed to try to help him, and she was actually given the butt of the machine gun. She had a few bruises after that and didn't know that until later on, because, as I said, I was busy with pharmacy and other things. What I want to share with you is that whatever happens, there is light at the end of the tunnel, a silver lining. And what we went through is something that actually gives us hope, gives us strength, gives us the meaning of being a family together. And when I hear Sangeet saying all these things that we have now changed, it's important to continue because we have made it. And Malaysia now gives me the pride that I can stay here in this event with all the strength and of everyone who had supported us to have come to this time in our lives, time in our society, time in our country. Imagine if we had not changed the government in the last election. But now we did. We are proud to be Malaysians. Agree? The other thing is that I will go away from that text because one day, with all the difficulties of reform movement, one day in one of my visits, I said to Anwar, maybe we can exchange places. And he looked at me and he says, you wouldn't last a day in prison. From that, I knew it's not easy to be a prisoner. And whatever sacrifices we've gone through, it's worth it because we've made it. This is the most important thing in our lives and the history of our country. And Mike, I don't want to talk a lot because that was the thing that Anwar said to me, just go and tell them to buy the book. And read it, and that's it. So that's what I want to tell you. I want to also advertise and read Mark Troubles' book. And not everybody is going to get it for free, he was telling me. No. And okay, then before I end, I just want to say that in Islam, qazaf or slander is actually a very serious offense and is a great sin. This is what we have to tell people, to all the fake news and all that to be really have that in us, to have that moral fiber. Do not do this to anyone. I think whatever Anwar and our family have gone through is something not for everyone, and we hope that whatever has happened and we have had a good outcome of this, nobody else gets to become the objective of injustice. This is important, and with that I want to end, and with the pleasure and honor, I am launching Mark Troubles' book, The Final Twist. Thank you very much.